And then I'm going to go to the high TV and start it. Let's make sure that's going. All right, text her and tell her we're live.
All right, she said she's logging in.
There you go.
Live.
Muted. Just so it doesn't go back. We just want to make sure that the
it's working on my browser, but not on my app.
Yeah. So you're not logged in for some reason.
Well, they're different.
Just check. Go ahead, give me a sound.
Hello, can you hear me? I am got this. This mic is heavier than the other ones.
Yeah, they are.
Watch the stream.
Yep, it's working. Sounds good.
Got this. Gain
It's
access.
working and sounds good. So we are all set.
Discussion. Yeah, it's not. I'll have to fuck around later.
You have to just connect it, and it'll connect the link. But yeah, everybody should be good, and it should be sounding pretty good. So let's go here. Let's go here. There it is. Let's go there. And then we'll load in the earlier messages. Oh, I gotta focus us. You're not quite focused. Let me focus. There you go. Now you look focused. You're slightly out of focus. Let's see if that fixed the focus up. And then we'll grab it. We'll get a couple people going, and then I'll start that video. But make sure. Yep, there we go. We're focused and cleaned up now. Slightly out. Right. Yeah, these are definitely higher mics, but those other one, I tried to glue those other mics, the piece, the lid, and one of them popped even worse when I glued it. It was so I got these instead, and they are heavier, but they were supposed to be solid, do noise canceling, and sound really good. So I'm hoping, as far as the sound goes.
That's good.
And then you can glue not glue them, but magnet. So, like, you can take this off and magnet it so it's like in your shirt. And so maybe drop it a little lower, and then you can magnet it from the outside. So there you go. Nice. Right. Beauty.
Love it.
Well,
6'5".
No, they're saying everything sounds good. Yeah, we should be good.
Sounds good.
Excellent. Right. New mics. My others broke. Yeah, we were just saying how my mics broke, so that was kind of crazy. Yeah, that's a good looking picture, man. Mm-hmm. So there you are, and I got rid of the cheetah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so there's no cheetah skin on here, so I put it in the other room.
We'll have to do, like, cheetah days.
Yeah, cheetah days. And so we'll put, like, the cheetah blanket out on the on that thing. So we'll grab a couple people in. There's a few popping in already.
Yeah.
And so that's good. See, he's saying, I took the leopard print blanket away because you guys were making fun of it. So I put my leopard skin in the other room. You guys were laughing at it. Yeah, the casting couch looks good, though, right? It's a futon, so we can go straight from casting couch to casting bed.
Totally.
Yeah,
I got my cheetah underwear on.
So no worries. The cheetah underwear. I have my jet blacks. So it's I think it's cheetah. I don't know if it's leopard. Is it leopard or cheetah? It is the casting couch.
We'll have to call it a cougar.
Mm-hmm. A cougar? It's a cougar?
It's the cougar skin.
It's the cougar skin. The cougar skin. Well, I could go downstairs and get the black snow leopard. They look really cool. The black one's downstairs. I have the snow leopard one, and then I have another black, whatever that other, because they're all prints, animal prints. Mm-hmm. Laura's like, oh, I'm going to watch this now.
Oh yeah.
But it's totally the casting couch. So, okay, so what we're going to do for you guys that came on, I'm going to play the video. And this is the video Chris and I shot on Wednesday. And then from there, we'll talk about the video a little bit. And we'll go over some of that stuff. So let's go to the video. And there's the video. And then we're going to play this guy. And
it should populate into the window.
yeah, it should be coming in a second. And then play. Where's the play? Come on, play. All right, come on, play, you bitch.
I like working with die. I've got 2 die here.
Now it's playing.
We play a lot of games at home.
So there's the video for everybody.
Okay.
Should be playing and be good for you guys.
To
should
punk,
come up
so
in
I'm
a
gonna call
second.
this
It should pop in a
die
second.
all right.
It's playing over
I don't
there.
know
So let's
the
see.
position that
Usually
I'm gonna
10
be shooting
second
from.
delay.
Obviously,
there it is.
from here,
So
I
now
can
you guys
shoot
got
any
the video.
position, so it works as
And
a
this
good
is the
training
video we shot.
opportunity
Some drills,
to
some
know
different
where the
things.
kinks in my chain are going to be for making a decision on the clock. So what I'm going to do here, because we've got 6 numbers, is say, well, prone's not that interesting, so I'm going to assign that a 1.
Stick a earbud in.
Seated, we don't shoot from very much, so I'm going to assign that a 2. Kneeling is going to be 3, 4.
Well, when it
And
comes up
standing
here,
is
I
going to
can...
be 5, 6.
Some
I'm
different
going to roll the
things.
die,
in my chain
and then
are
I'm going
gonna
to act,
be
and I'm going to shoot a target at 600 yards. Because what now? We're not really assessing the shot placement as much as we're assessing the decision making and knowing how to execute.
Watching
what's
this, when I heard
required.
myself
So
say,
everything
well,
is
pro's
broken
not
down
that
in a
interesting,
way
I
that even in
realized, like,
prone,
oh shit.
I have to make some
I'm gonna get rained
modifications.
on by
Okay, so I'm going to
a million
say
people.
time starts now.
It's funny.
I'm going to roll my die.
How about that video,
I got a
though? Looks
6.
good.
So I know
Looks
that's going to be
cinematic.
standing. I'm going to put my tripod up to a height that I believe will be standing. I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to pretend I'm in a field match. So I'm going to put my bag. I'm going to confirm the distance. I know
Next
the
level,
distance, but I
it'd be cool
want
if
to
you pause it
confirm
and
it.
then, like,
601.5
I can't.
be able
yards.
to, like,
I'm going to drop
put,
things
like,
into my workspace.
Yeah, you could...
lines.
I'm going to put my
You could-
rifle
I don't-
on
I
here.
can't
I'm
tell
going
it
to confirm
straight it, but I
dope.
could pause
I've
it.
got target,
But remember, we'll talk
position,
over it, too, because we're in the picture.
anchor, sight picture, complete. I've got my
Cameraman
wind
fell
assessment.
down
I
when
feel
you
it
move
coming from
fast.
the right.
Right there.
It's
Right, I got
probably
that one good. I clicked-
effectively
I
2
fixed
miles
that
an hour.
first one.
I'm going to start my shot process.
That was between
Inhale.
cameras.
And I hit the target. I hit
Mystery Science Theater.
about 1/10 high. And I hit about maybe less than a tenth left of that line, which tells me that my wind hold should have been 3/10, which would suggest
Target
that the
cam
effective
didn't work.
wind
It
speed
didn't. I
was
couldn't
3
find it
miles an
anyway.
hour
There's
full
like
value.
5
Now, I have
folders
that
in there, and I went
information.
through all of
I'm
them.
talking out loud
So
because
that's why I
now
just grabbed the
I can
GoPro
execute
footage.
a wind plan on subsequent targets, knowing
been in
that the
standby.
effective wind is 3 o'clock.
The lights are blue
3
and
miles
red
an
when I-
hour,
when I held it
and
down so
that
it
should
was
allow
red.
me to bring that shot back to center, and it
No,
should
blue
allow
should be
me
Bluetooth.
more hits on target more effectively. Now that 1/10 in elevation, obviously within my shooter bracket, I'm not going to worry too much about that elevation until I shoot another shot at another distance and know whether that was me or not. I don't really take that 1/10 other than the wind into consideration, because obviously there's a lot of input that the shooter has. I haven't been shooting very much. We shot Monday, so I've shot less than 20 rounds in 4 months. It could be me. I'm not worried about that. What I'm taking away from that is 3 miles an hour, effective distance. If you're following Riflecraft or you're doing my training, I would say that's 50% the distance, and I would run with it, for those of you that know what I'm talking about. Other assessments here is that I'm not used to this tripod. It's brand new. It's the new QDT. And I would get more comfortable
got
making
a
this
chalkboard,
standing position a little
little chalk
higher.
pens and
But
stuff,
I
like if we're
don't
doing
like
this stuff and we
to
need
Oh,
to
I
do
have,
the
cross
I
shooter
have a
salsa
whiteboard in the
we can
car.
just
I like to
I have whiteboards in the
have my
car.
workspace,
Yeah, we can
set
always
up my
get that.
position
if it
and
was
run
live
with
and we
it,
just
and I
needed to like
train
whip something out,
consistency
pull it
across
out from
heights.
behind the
So I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
effective
cougar couch.
here. Ideally, I'd be an inch higher, but those are critiques for training, not for execution. And we get the idea of where we're at for training based on videos like this that show us performing a task on hand, and then you analyze it to decide what are you going to do to improve. And we can always find areas to improve when we do a run through like this. It may not be perfect, and then you go back and you analyze those imperfections. Now I took one shot,
That'd be fun to be
right?
able to
So that
test
was
that.
like
Just
a
being
buck
able to
50.
sketch shit
I
out.
didn't shoot over
Mhm.
and over and over again to try to figure out why my shot was high. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the smoothness of the process to hammer out the non-shooting stuff, because shooting days you work on shooting tech.
Here we go. All right, we're back.
All right, man, I like that. That came together really well, and we were out there Monday and Wednesday, and conditions were great both days. We had winds up to about 15 miles an hour coming from kind of typical directions, but we were able to bang out different drills and get some different footage, like the scope chap or the suppressor chap. Is it
Yeah,
suppressor chaps?
can chaps.
Can chaps, and then some drills and get some shooting done. And then Frank was able to edit 2 videos really quick, and then we've got more footage. So I think that's
Yeah, we have
really
the
cool to be able
craft
to do
drill.
that.
We have your full craft drill footage to put out still. And then we're going to try to get on the schedule with you guys so we could do like filming Monday, Wednesday, and then do these lives and kind of talk about these videos. I mean, you could just kind of go over it with your shop process and talk shop process with people.
Yeah.
Because to me, when we did the class,
I'll address this question.
yeah. We'll get Baron's question in a second. But when we did the class in March, the Mountain Hunter class, the areas where people showed up and didn't kind of have it together was through that shop process.
Mm-hmm.
They were kind of like, okay, what do I do? The target's right there, and it's like they're waiting for either permission,
Right.
a starting place. They want something to tell them how or where to begin. And that's what you went over in that video was basically shop process.
Mm-hmm.
So Baron's got a question. He says, so this is my question after looking at this vid. Stand straight up on the tripod like Chris likes, or bent good at the waist, which I think is you're kind of bent, but you still put the tripods in the center of your chest, right? So right here, the ball head.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the ball head is still going in that center of the chest, because you want to get the rifle needs to be, or the scope needs to kind of be under your eye.
So, but the video is around the shot process.
Yeah,
and like, putting that another way, what Frank was just describing is that more often than not, when I see shooters, and I'm sure it's what you're kind of saying, is that people come and you ask them to do something and they don't have a standard operating procedure.
Yeah, they go,
So they're
okay,
frozen.
how?
Right.
Yeah, it's okay, how?
They might be used to doing things on their own time frame and their own sequence at their range, but they come to a new place. You say, all right, there's a target out there, shoot it. And they're deer in the headlights.
Yes.
So being able to train yourself and understand, what do I need to solve this problem? And a problem like we had in this video is pretty simple. There was one target that we were shooting at, and like was mentioned in the video, rather than saying, I'm going to try to do this perfectly according to a recipe, it was, I'm going to shoot that process, but to get a baseline, I'm just going to execute it starting on my knees. My equipment's in my workspace. I'm going to set it up and we're going to film it.
Mm-hmm.
And then later go back and analyze those chunks of time, chunks of movement, and things that happened over that course of executing, but not, let me stand up for a sec and set the tripod up perfectly. And then
Yeah, because you didn't, because that was one of the things Baron's talking about. you didn't have that tripod measured out.
Right.
It was a brand new one. So you said, I think this is my standing. So you might have been a little higher than you normally are, or in a little bit slightly different position, which was why it looks slightly different than what I do. But generally speaking, Steve, everybody's putting that ball head right here. The top of the ball head's going to go between your boobs, right there in the center of your chest. That way, when you put the rifle on it, the scope should be right about your mouth, chin, somewhere in there. And then you're going to come down to it so you have recoil management.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that we could go down rabbit holes like pretty easily.
Well,
here.
why not? I mean, we got time to do rabbit holes.
If we're setting up the tripod in here,
I can go get one. There's one down there.
I mean, just thinking conceptually, if we have time, we can set the tripod up perfectly for the vantage point that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
And then we know, okay, the ball head needs to be here. If you're setting it up and you're trying to go through a smooth process, you might not, that's going to cost time. And so a smooth flow of events versus setting everything up perfect and then stopping and then starting over and stopping. And I think there's an application for each.
Well, like a good example is Cameo. When you set the tripod up in Cameo, you set it up to your chin, not to your chest, because you're going to be doing the angles and you're going to have to be shooting up here. So when you go to Cameo, the tripod goes to your chin. Mm-hmm. Versus where if I'm on a flat range in Fort Morgan, tripod goes to my chest.
Right.
So yes, those are the contexts that we're talking about, that you're going to put these things into context.
Yeah, and being able to shoot at any height is a skill set that I think should be strived for with everybody up until this maximum height like Frank's talking about. If we set up a tripod and it's at his chin and it's a flat range, he's essentially made that setup unusable. Everything below here and down is usable. It might not be ideal, but that's trainable. But something that you can't get into position, now you're unable to do that. You're going to have to take the position apart.
Yeah, that's me on the barricades, like I say, because the barricades are over my head. The standing is too tall. It's about 3 to 6 inches too tall for me. And so that becomes really awkward where I have to stand on something in order to make the shot executable, or I'm not in mega compromise mode, So yeah, that's definitely part of it.
Yeah. And I think that's important because essentially what we filmed was a smooth flow through. And then you can go back and say, okay, when I said time starts now, that's when I rolled the die. And I can look and I can see the mental process that I was going through between rolling the die and setting up the tripod. If I have to sit there and think, oh, standing, what do I have to do to set my tripod up standing versus 6? That's standing. I'm setting it up. Okay, that's up. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to get off my knees onto my feet. I'm going to grab my stuff to range it. You could see, okay, I knew what to do when I saw the 6. I set my tripod up. It wasn't perfect, but I didn't stall and think, oh, shit, what was that? And then going through something that I hadn't hammered out, I just set it up.
Yeah, I mean, my original Really Right Stuff, the very first one, and the one I travel with, the one I take with me and shoot with the most, is a 23 series. So it's a 2-section 3 series. Mm-hmm. But then I have, and I know where I'm going to set that to stand up. But then I got replacement, and I have a new version, a 33 series, that now I have to bring the bottom out only that much. You know what I mean? So it's a different leg system because that Mark II 33 is different than my Gen 1 original 23, and where I set that tripod is different. Mm-hmm. And I have to know, I got this tripod, this has to go here for standing. And then that's where newer guys may want to mark them with the Sharpies. This is my standing, this is my kneeling, this is my sitting, and have that marker so they know where, you just whipped it out. Boom, I'm pulling, this should be my standing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you can catch those guys that mark them by taking them to Cameo, and they go, okay, it's standing. They set it to their standing marking.
And it's too low.
Sit it down, and then they don't get behind it. Then they put their rifle on it. Mm-hmm. They get everything set up, and they go, oh, I'm not set up. And then you can't adjust the tripod easily. So then you got to break it down.
Yes.
And then they got to adjust it.
Totally.
And those are the things that catching it on video, you can go forward and backward and you say, okay, it took me 15 seconds here. I'm just making up numbers, but what I would look for is, where are those freeze moments where you go, oh shit, I didn't do this right. And so if you go through that process and you speak out loud, we're not looking at sub-second changes in time. We're looking at big chunks.
Right.
If you're flowing and you go, oh shit, I got to break this back down, then you need more practice. And that's done dry fire. If you build it and break it and build it, and with your tripods, at first, you get a new tripod, you set it up, you break it down, you set it up, and you go, okay, this is what it looks like visually. And then you can go, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
But then you also know, oh, I'm going to shoot downhill. All right, I'm going to set the tripod lower. Oh, I'm going to shoot uphill. I'm going to set it up really high.
Right.
So that I can get behind that rifle. That takes repetition.
Absolutely. And that's what we're trying to do, is to give you sort of those positive reps, but in an efficient manner, without kind of the trial and error, giving you those things to look for. The tripod should be here, but if you're on an angle, it should be here. If you're flat ground, it's this. If you're angled, it's this. And knowing that ahead of time saves you the problem, like you said, where the guy sets it up for flat ground, but he showed up in a mountain.
Right.
And now he has to start all over again because he's out of the zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do the same thing. Sometimes I'll set up and I'll go, oh shit, and I'll drop down, I'll rotate the leg and okay, that's good. But you're better off knowing how to do that in advance.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like the two vets I have. It's slow, but when we do sort of the admin things, or we show up at the range and we're kind of dropping stuff, my two vets, the legs drop and they kind of slide right out. So it's easy to just unlock the two vet and let it slide, even if it's a little slower, till it hits the ground, and then I just lock it. Because usually I'm in like an admin mode, like, whoop, okay, admin mode. And so then I get into this lazy mode with the two vet because it's doing the work for me. But like my really right stuff, I know exactly, I got to take this out and this out, because the really right stuff I have to pull out. It doesn't slide out, so it becomes these little nuances with each system that we're using. It's like nuance here, nuance there, nuance there.
And that can be caught on video very easily. And I think that's perfect. Like, I had my phone on the ground, and so maybe, on future runs we could show where you take the video and then the little bar of the video, you can put your finger
scrub,
on it.
right.
Yeah, you scrub forward and backward, and you think, okay, well, I said time starts now at whatever the seconds are, and then when you make a decision, you say, okay, it took me this long.
Right.
And you look back and forth. Okay, 16 seconds is about how long it takes me to do this. All right, cool. And then you start thinking that. And if you speak out loud like I did, we were going a little slower because of talking and trying to get footage, but being able to speak out loud so that you can determine how fast are you making those decisions. Because I think, sometimes you shoot a target and you think, okay, there it is, you mill it, and subconsciously you know what to correct. But then being able to say, okay, well, I'm going to take that 6 and go to 9. It might not just be a carry up and shoot. It might be a, how do I make that conversion?
Right.
And if you speak out loud, then you go, oh, okay. And then you say it, you go, okay, that took me 20 seconds to determine. And you could start deducting splits, and you could tell where somebody's at. And I think with students and teaching, that's really important to know, because if you ask them to do something you don't know, they're frozen and they're looking around like, what should I do? And I want to know if they even know how to do it. Or
well, like Steve's gonna ask me 75 questions, so when he's in class there, so it's gonna be one of those cases where I'm gonna have to do it, demonstrate it, and then repeat it twice for Steve.
Steve, we got your number.
Yeah, totally, and so that's what's gonna happen. But no, it is so much like a good example. If I put up the Can Chaps video, because it's short, 3 minutes. If you watch, like I said, I switch barrels on my Zeus to that carbon fiber, the proof that I got from you, that 6.5 proof. He goes, of course, hey, I'm 70. You're a young 70, Steve. And so like, I had the Zeus and I had the AI, stock, and it's weighted, but then I was running the 6 Creedmoor steel barrels. Well, I put that proof on, and like you saw, the balance was way off. I need another pound. And So even in the video, you can see where I sort of move the rifle and it tipped back, even though it has 2 pounds up front. And that's a nuance of that recoil management because I changed the barrel. So I went from a steel barrel to a carbon fiber barrel, completely upset the balance of that rifle, and I didn't retune it to balance it. So now I'm noticing that it doesn't stay on the bag correctly. And like your bag is a little lighter fill, the one you had on the Barricade. So I had to kind of lean it forward and mush it in for it to stay because it wasn't giving it the support with the little lighter fill in it. And then I had a carbon fiber barrel on it. So it was way out of balance.
Yeah. And that's significant when you have the precision that you're shooting at and the expectations of, wow, that doesn't feel right. What is it? And your brain notices, okay, and then you go, oh shit, it's the carbon barrel.
I went to a carbon fiber barrel, and now that changed the balance on the rifle, and it's back heavy, even though I had 2 pounds up front. So I need to put 4 pounds or something, or add another weight system, or reshift it. Maybe I need to move them down, or so they sink a little lower or something, because I have them up high. So
I think that's significant though, because instead of somebody saying, well, somebody might weigh that and go, well, it's 4 pounds lighter, so it's better. And you think, well, okay, that might be true, but the balance is going to influence a lot of the application, and a well-balanced rifle performs better.
Yeah.
Not just weight. And so that weight balance, recoil management, I don't find that lighter rifles, I shoot them just the same, but I like them to be balanced.
Yeah,
then the recoil management.
I comp better with a lighter rifle, but I absolutely will shoot the heavier ones much better when I'm doing them, like on the training mode. But when I go to comps, the heavier rifle messes me up. Because it's just it's either momentum or movement that throws me off. Where if I go with a little bit too light of a rifle, I tend to flow better, and I work it better. Just because I came up with trying to go lighter and lighter and lighter to where one of my best comps, top 10 PRS match, was with the lightest comp rifle I ever had, which was 10.75 pounds, which was my Gap Team rifle, which was all carbon fibered out. And so it was one of those it was the first Gap 6 Creedmoor team rifle. And it weighed 10.75.
But it must have been incredibly well balanced.
Yes, yeah, because it was the good Manor stock and all that, and the barrel was right. And they balanced it more with the barrel in the carbon fiber stock than they did with weight systems, because it was a stock then and not a chassis. And it was pre even Arca rails and all that. It was the team gun was pre that.
Yeah, I wonder if competitions started to go shorter and shorter time hacks with similar accuracy standards. If people would get to the point where they needed lighter rifles, because the only difference is moving it,
how fast they're going to get it.
Right now they're heavy, so they put them here and then they put them here. But if you had to drive it like a gas gun to get 1 second difference, because that second mattered, I think it would go to a lighter rifle, and that would be pretty fun.
It looks good, man. Look at that. That's a great looking picture.
But I think that's also another good test, even though it deviates from what we were talking about. If you're filming yourself, like we're talking about, and you run a drill, you say, okay, now trying to maintain accuracy standards, speed up, and then grab a different platform and see how fast you do that. I would be surprised if people that had gas guns, if they didn't cut their times in half, just driving that gas gun really quickly, because it's lighter and maneuverable, whereas the bolt guns are much heavier. And then the strength to initiate picking up something that's however many pounds versus almost half the weight, you can really move that thing quickly. And that, I think that's pretty exciting.
I gave you an orange
catch
look.
on.
You look a little orange. You got a tan.
I got myself tanning.
I put tan. I put tan on, so I don't look tan, but he looks tan. So it's just because I don't go out in the sun. I cover up. I'm always long sleeved and covered up, so I'm not tan.
My screensaver thing keeps coming up. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, but mine did too. I don't know why the phones, for some reason, that I said something, I emailed them. The app on the phone will go into sleep mode or shut the phone off mode. But like here on the iPad, it hasn't turned off. It's not gone into that sleep mode.
While Bill's going to use the tripod as a walker when he's 70. So, you know, a lot of these tripods, especially Tuvettes, if you unscrew the base, it's like a rubber base that you get it with, and you pull it out. On the inside, there's a metal spike that you could put in and reverse out. So if you need that metal spike to go in the dirt, I think some people don't realize that.
Yeah, there's spikes underneath.
There's spikes if you take them out, but you could just get a little wheel. You get like a you know.
Well, they got to put their tennis balls on them. They got to put their tennis balls on the bottom, like the walker with the tennis ball. So he's got to put the tennis balls on the bottom of the tripod.
Yeah, Daniel made that tarp as a like a little shelter for hunters, but he's got to make the walker.
The walker version, the walker tripod
for the same guys that have the baby.
And then you know what? You could put like the like almost like the window mount. You know, the window tripod mount for your car, so you can kind of like what is it, like poach them out of your car. But they need one that like clamps on, or you have to have a game changer on your walker so you could just shoot off your walker. yes, tennis balls. He got it. Total tennis ball action.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but you got to have a game changer on your walker. And then it has to have like push button extensions to come up to like waist level. So you have like waist, or you got waist level and chest level. So you walk at waist level, then you hit the button, like you lift it, hit the button, it drops the legs down, and then it's chest level.
You could have pre-ported holes for standing, kneeling, seated, prone.
Yes, totally. And then you just shoot off of it because it puts you.
Boom. Just have it pre-mounted.
Yeah. But I could pop up that and you can see like the balance, and even looking at. Let me add a video in here. I'll add that cam chaps. And we'll add that guy to the scene. And then. Did it play? Oh, there it is. There's the play. There we go. So you can just take a look at the cam chaps video, but you can see how I have the rifle because it's a balance thing. I even have the weights up there. But my recoil's still pretty good. Like when you watch my recoil, you and I were talking in the beginning, but seating angle on my rifle, that's completely to keep it on the bag because it's out of balance and it wants to fall back. So I have to come and level it up right there, and then you can watch the recoil management. Kind of why I wanted that side footage.
Now, I was there watching, and I didn't think that you did that because of the barrel. I thought you did it because in my shot process, I always index low. So
and then come up to the target.
And then I come up to the target.
Yeah, I do that too, especially with the tripods. I'm under the target, then I know I have a half mil head. And when my head's on the rifle, I come up a half mil. So I index a half mil under the target. So when my head's on the cheek, I know I'm going to rise into it. So when I've measured my head looking at the reticle, that it's that half mil.
Most of them use a thick heating pad. They need to go
I like
about
that built
1800
into the
degrees.
process.
But most of them use a thick
triple pull walker from MDT. Total triple pull walker.
And it tends to make it really thick.
They're gonna snag that from you, cornhole.
Kind of puffy.
Yeah,
on the
MDT
suppressor,
especially.
And then you have to tighten it down.
There's probably one of their guys sliding in here somewhere watching, and he's not saying anything.
These can chaps, much thinner, high heat material inside, fits the suppressor like a glove. Really nice fit and feel to it. It's so tight, and this material is sticky inside. This orange high heat material grabs onto
precision
the suppressor
riflemen.
so it won't want to slide off. As well, there is a shot cord in the back you can tighten up. One of the best things to do with these suppressor covers is to measure your suppressor and fit them. As you can see here, I have the KGM suppressors.
The only thing that happened with this too is that the one camera on Monday, I hit the white balance and it warmed it up like 8,400 Kelvin. And we really need to be about 6,500. And then the little camera was on like 6,500. And the big camera was on like 84. So I had a little bit of matching up the color-wise because of the big camera. I have to go and re-white balance it to a cooler color.
To the suppressor.
It warmed up quite a bit.
Can chaps from
looks cool, but it's just super warm. That's why your video, it has that yellow, not yellow, but orange look to it because it was super warm. And just the way the sun was.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, these, me too. I've totally sent them downrange and stuff. And when you zip these up tight and lock them in, they don't move. And there is a shock cord on the back, but it's almost not even needed because that inside material is more of like a pleather vinyl type material. And so that vinyl type material doesn't, what do you call it? That vinyl material is sticky and tacky, I guess, for lack of a better word. It'll come back up, and I disappeared it. So that orange material is tacky. And then once you cinch it down, like Laura was on a live, and I gave her a bunch of the suppressors, and on the live, she just sat there and tightened them. And she just kind of kept working and working and working the material, and then got them like super tight to fit like a glove, and they're really nice now. But yeah, sending suppressor covers downrange is not uncommon. And honestly, the old high heat from 10 years ago, we're way past that now. I mean, I've even had material, one of those students in Ohio, guy was he's a race car driver and teaches driving and racing and all that. He busts into his camper and pulls out this high heat material, and we had students with a suppressor with no cover. We just wrapped this one wrap around it and duct taped it, and it worked the entire class. Yeah, it was like completely perfect. And it was just this super thin. It's got the tin foil on one side, and it almost feels like a carpet. I have a piece of it downstairs. I can go grab it. It's got like carpet on one side and tin foil on the other, and it's micro thin. And we just wrapped it on the suppressor, and using duct tape, it worked 100% on the suppressor. And it was it's a thermal cover for in a car. I got it right here.
Brand it like can tape or something.
Yeah, it's like can tape. Yeah, totally.
That's cool.
Let's see here.
Frank went to go find the tape, so I'm going to back up to the video that we started with, which was kind of a shot process video. And what I wanted to show for me was to get a baseline, because I hadn't done that for a long time. And what I like to do is think about that and then break it into chunks of what did I need to do to get the shot off that I can't really skip and be mindful of. So once you've done that, then you list them out and you make a bullet list of things that you can recite to yourself. So for me, it's target, and it starts with target, and I have visual eye contact of the target. I know that, I know where the target is. I've seen it. And then I build a position, whatever that position's going to be. I've got my eyes on the target. Position ends with the rifle on and in position, but it indexes low. So now I've got the target in my eye, the position and rifle built. I'm looking at the target over the turret cap. I anchor, which means I connect my body to the rifle. I drop into a sight picture, passing the target from over my turret into my optic. And in the event that it's not lined up already, I know that because I've indexed my rifle low, now I can come up and find that target. And then once I've got that, I had an idea of a win plan. I confirm that win plan with Mirage and visuals through the scope. And if that looks good, then I initiate the shot process. And for me, I inhale on the bolt. I don't exhale on the bolt close. I inhale because that gives me a second to then exhale and be ready to shoot, follow through, see the impact, and then make those decisions. And so for me, those are the elements of my process. It should be different for everybody, but if you video yourself you can make that list of what did I need to do. And if you screwed up or you forgot something, then you can annotate audibly and say, oh shit, I need to add this somewhere in there because I skipped a step. And then you can constantly make it a work in progress to make sure you remind yourself what you need to do to hit a target. And then you can work towards making that shorter.
Totally.
Let's
hey, yeah. So, gonna work with these guys, Arrow. They're hopping on board with a little advertising, a little work. And they sent the Solus Bolt Action. So yesterday, day before, one of those days, yesterday I think it was, I went and picked it up so I can unbox with you guys right here. This rifle is badass. Like for $2,000. This is a $2,000 rifle before I open the box. Okay? So like, come here. Books. Let's pull that box out of there. Look at this guy. It's like, dude, it looks like an AI action, really, in a lot of ways. I mean, this is a nice 3-lug. This got to come up if you want to take it off. We learned that. So there you go. So there. Look at this bolt. Nice 3-lug bolt, chunky. It's like either 60 or 70. Look 60 at 60. So 60-degree bolt. I mean, they make this, but it looks like an Ultimatum. It looks like an AI. I mean, take a look at that guy. It's got, look, the chassis got all the pieces, parts.
Okay, I'm going to just jump in here.
Yeah.
I was messing with another chassis, and I run the bolt funny, right? I kind of like chopstick it, and I put my thumb on the back of it. And so the first thing I do when I grab something is I run the bolt back.
To see, well, because like,
I smash my thumb or not? And there's room here. And the one that I was messing with at home, I smashed my thumb.
Well, the Vision, I had the Vision, and it's expensive, like $1,800 chassis. It's the one right in the other room. I can't thumb the bolt because the cheek covers it.
Yeah.
So I either have to change the cheek shorter, or I move the chassis. I put it in a different stock because it didn't do what I wanted it to do, and it's like an $1,800 chassis,
right.
And I can't cam in when I want to.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're going to sell to a lot of people, you need to accommodate all the quirks and weirdness that people do. And if you're going to smash your thumb here, I think that's a problem for the people that put their thumb.
I mean, this is a $2,000.
Balances perfectly.
It's threaded, right? It's adjustability, bag rider, boom. Here, thumb shelf, right? What more do you need out of this guy? It's got this action is like a nice kind of thing. Yep.
It's got a good Arca rail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
it's Arca built in.
Is this? I don't have a KRG, but this kind of reminds me a little bit of this pushes in. I like that a lot of them are having these push button adjustments.
No switch barrel. It's solid. There's no quick change on the barrel. So there's that. Oh, hang on. Let me get that in there for you. So yes, it's toolless. No quick change on that. Does this go up?
I'm trying to figure. Oh yeah, that's the pack.
I wonder if that would rotate up. It needs to go up. No, it doesn't go up. I don't think so.
There's not a slider here. You probably have
I don't see a slider.
But it looks like it's up, down, in and out with this.
Yeah, yeah.
Slide it, or here, pop it.
Right,
down.
totally.
But if you needed to make a quick, hasty adjustment, you don't have to pull out.
Yeah, it's right there. Push it and go.
Right.
I mean, it's got all the attachment points. I mean, this is a solid friggin' first rifle. Most people fumble and do something dumb. Oh, the other thing, I checked it and it works. AW or AICS mag.
Oh,
so you got to use the AW. No, the butt plate does not move up and down, Steve. No movement on the butt plate, only in and out, no up and down. So out of all of it, they missed that one piece, but everything else, like I said, $2,000. But it takes the AW mag that doesn't have the hook. So not the AX mag, the AT mag. I can go down and get one.
But the AW is the
AW. So I'll go down and get mags and show you the 2 mags.
The other day, Frank and I were talking about being able to make adjustments, and we were talking about the difference between prone and the other positions. And I was trying to show you kind of using that cosine concept of length of pull being longer for prone than the other positions. And something like this, and I think that it's going to increase. But when you're prone, you're going to need, I'm going to just pretend that I'm prone, you're going to need a longer length of pull, because as your body becomes more prone, the distance to your eye and your body is longer. I'm going to go over here to be in the camera, right? But then when you get up, notice how my eye came back. If I arc forward and then I arc back, and I can accommodate for that.
And that's a mag. Okay, I thought it was SR25.
I'm gonna do this with the video here for a second. So I'm in prone, right? There's no scope on here, but let's say I'm in prone, and now as I keep the rifle horizontal, watch where my eye is, because that's going to be important for the eye box. So I'm coming up, and it's come back, and then something like this, and now I'm back into a more eye box friendly position with an adjustable piece like this. I think that things like this, as people get better and their expectations increase, you could very quickly pop it out for a prone shot.
Mm-hmm.
But for everything else, you could have a setting, and there's slots in here where you
marks.
Yeah, you can preset where it's going to be. So I haven't used this, and
I just picked it up.
I'm not but on the first impression, those are the things that I look for. I'm always going to pick it up, see if it's balanced. I'm going to run my thumb back to see if I smash my thumb. Then hasty adjustments, I think that you can get away without it, but as we get better, why compromise the advancement of things like this that will make a difference?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And you really, you might want multiple positions, but I think having 2 is a great first step, because you're going to have prone. Everything else you could probably get away with a similar length of pull. But that difference between prone and positional could be enough to cost you a point or 2. And that didn't take long.
Right.
You press the button, and it's solid.
Again, with the mags, AICS and or AW, AICS, pop AW in. AW's in there nice, and it's actually very tight, doesn't rattle. And then AICS, boom, same thing. So takes both AW and AICS, fits secure, fits snug, good magwell, so I would not be worried. And it's a 3-lug bolt, so I would use an AW in this system, because I think it's going to contain it, and you won't lose the rounds with some of them. But yeah, that guy's right there. And like I said, I mean, adjustable for your hand size. You got a thumb rest right here to adjust, so you can index on your thumb and get that good 90, push that. I mean, smart. And it looks like this will come out, so eventually they'll do a folder, but you don't need a folder, and short for me is fine. The folders usually add a little bit, inch or 2.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I mean, they did a nice job on this. Aero did their homework.
I don't use the grips other than just to manipulate the rifle, because I'm holding on to the bolt to do that. But it's got a bulge to it.
Yeah. I might change the grip out, because that is a fat grip. But I'll be here. It is. I could feel it. It's a little flat. I'd like a flatter grip. But some people like the palm swell, especially guys with the bigger hands. But I tend to like a nothing. If you look, actually, the Visions here, I can show you the other grip. The grip that I went to with the Vision. Yeah, I'm just going to have to change this cheek and have a different cheek made. So here's the Vision, and you can see the grip I went to with the Vision. An ergo, but a straight nothing, so that I'm just on the grip and there's not much to it. It's just to that. But like Chris was saying, the bolt, when you pull it back, is underneath the hood here, underneath your cheek. So if I'm on here, I can't do that bolt run because you'd have to come under and do it that way. So I almost need this cheek to be about 3/4 of an inch shorter. And I can probably get away with that 3/4 without a problem. So I'd almost have to have somebody 3D make me a new one and just change it, because this is a great chassis. It's just this part that Chris was talking about, how I was running that bolt didn't work with this cheek.
Right. And a lot of it is so far forward, you don't use that space anyway. You could probably slide it way back.
Yeah. I mean, this is a great chassis. Has all the features and all that, and it's not cheap. But like I said, I went to this grip. So I went to like a next to nothing, and so it's not even in my way. I get my 90, and it really just does it. But you could see this grip is the one that I've gone to. So that's that. But, I mean, solid.
Yeah, it seems good. I'm not aware of, and I'm not a smith. I'm kind of a knucklehead when it comes to this stuff, but I'm not aware of a connection between the lugs and an AW mag. I think the AW mag, the inside of the mag well has cut with a lip, so it either fits or it doesn't.
Well, AICS was meant to go in a Remington 700, which is a 2-lug rifle, so it's single up the center. The AW is a 3-lug like this one, so you have a lug that's lower, right?
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so there is a lug connection.
Yes. So that bottom,
here,
see this bottom lug here? This bottom lug, when you're closed right there, grabs around. When you have a 2-lug, it's not that way because they're oriented horizontal.
Gotcha.
And they'll miss picking up one, especially if you bang the mags in, and the feed lips get out of whack, you'll sometimes not pick up one of the sides. So guys will have feeding problems with the AW cut because, like, it's easy for these to get knocked out of whack because you're on the clock and you're in here banging it, and it pops it. And so, yeah, exactly. So this guy's tight, it goes in real tight. So this, you want it to be up in there tight so it picks up both sides, where if this is a 2-lug action and you don't have the height set correctly, this magazine could be dipped down, not perfect, and then it'll miss that one side because there's not enough bolt to grab it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So you learn something every day.
Yeah.
I use AWs because I found that with these other mags, if I'm single feeding rounds, the AW mags, you can single feed rounds really smoothly right under the feed ramp, whereas with some of these, a lot of times the tip of the bullet, it just won't single feed well. So you got to get in there and finger the bullet forward. And I really like these. I don't know if it's a downside. If you're doing a 12-round stage and you have a 12-round mag, these are 10 rounds. Sometimes with the small bullets, you can
you could fit extras.
11.
Yep.
But you're going to be a round short. On the other hand, if you're a round short, you could single feed it.
Yeah, you could do the 2.
No problem.
That's where the 2. And the neat little thing with this action, this Solus action, the serial number is down here. So like when you do your photographs and your pictures now, the serial number won't show because it's actually right here on the shelf of your ejection port. So it's down here in the ejection port. When the guys were like checking it out, they're like, where's the serial number? And it's in there. So it's one of these things, like, I know I put pictures of rifles up all the time and guns, and people will come on like Twitter and that shit, and they'll be like, your serial number, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck about my serial number. But they'll always say your serial number showing. In this one, the serial number won't show. So when you do your cool guy pictures, but yeah, up, back, in, over, and like Chris said, doesn't hit you, and you can come in and not hit.
Yeah. And I like the thumb on the back of the bolt because you can guide it forward and you're not changing the axis of the rifle by grabbing a lever and maybe manipulating the rifle forward and back. If your thumb's on the back of the bolt, you're driving it in line with the barrel and the action. You have less of a opportunity to really cant it and throw it off.
On a tripod, Steve will probably tell you, I've demonstrated, same thing, Casey, I've demonstrated it at the at classes, if you put the rifle on a tripod and run it like that and watch the muzzle move, you'll see the muzzle move. Where if you come in here and go like that, the muzzle doesn't move. And so you'll see it, especially if you put it on a tripod and just watch the end of the muzzle, and you'll see whether you're moving it, how you run the bolt, and how much it pulls off target.
Yeah. And if you're trying to haul ass even on a bag, and you hit the side of that.
We don't know. We may be able to loosen this, and it may slide up. There does look like there's almost a line in there. It might slide up. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, this push button is friggin' nice. This is a nice toolless kind of deal.
And then pre-fitting it to your body could
yeah, you could just silver Sharpie or paint part marker that. And who's Waters Rifleman?
I don't know.
What is that? What are they talking about? AI? Yeah, excellent. Franks, what's the name of the one magazine company that makes stupid expensive mags? Starts with, oh, yeah. That's for the Tikkas. They make a really dumb, super expensive magazine for Tikkas, I believe it is. But that might be it, that Waters Rifleman or something. But it's an all steel, really expensive Tikka magazine that's like big dollars. Because we get so many guys that have the original Tikka mags, and the springs will start to go, and the nose will dip. And so they'll foul. And then you got to pull the spring out, stretch it, put it back together. Well, they sell these aftermarket Tikka mags that are like $120 a piece. They're mega expensive. But yeah, they're easily, I think they're 120 each, if I remember right, for those dang Tikka mags. But no, I'm really impressed with this Solus rifle. I think they did a great job. You know, we'll see what the accuracy's like. And yeah, we're totally getting psyched to shoot it next week, put it together, and be out next week with it.
Get a good. Do you have an optic picked out for it?
I don't know. I do have a couple optics. I got the Zero Comps there. And what do you call it? I got to put a wrench on that to get it off. It's tight. But I also have an Apex to look at. So it's an OEM called Apex. I may put an Apex on here.
Is this one piece or is it
yes,
just the rail?
It's built in. It's almost like a Surgeon. It's built. The rail's built in. It doesn't say if it's 20. It looks flat. It does look flat, and it doesn't say anything. So I'm gonna guess it's flat. But I mean, this almost looks like a AI action. It's squared off. It kind of half Tikka, half AI. But then it's like an ultimatum with the bolt. So it's very similar to an ultimatum in the bolt itself. But dang, it's nice.
And for new and never been shot, it runs pretty smooth.
Oh, do they? Yeah, right. Aren't they like? I think those Waters. They're like what do you call it? $120 a piece. I'm pretty sure that's how much they are. They're super expensive per mag, if I remember correctly. But yeah, this is the Aero Precision Solus rifle. Sub $2,000 or right at like $19.99, $2,000, somewhere in there.
So
threaded.
Never missed a shot.
Yeah.
6.5 Creedmoor.
This is definitely a shit hot little rifle. I'm psyched.
It'd be cool to compare it to like a Tikka out of the box. For the entry level.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even like really this is like it's not gonna get dirt in it. It's gonna stay clean. It's pretty solid.
You'll find out within 30 minutes at the range.
Yeah.
Dirty
It won't take long. It won't take long.
Yeah, it looks nice.
There you go. So that's the Solus.
$2,000. That's freaking.
Yeah. I mean, why would you send anyone anywhere else? I mean, you got the Tikka Tac A1 is where we recommend a lot of people. That's up to $2,100 right now. It went from $1,900 to $2,100 with the price increases. So if this is in the 21, this is going to compete exactly with the Tac A1s, and it's going to. I'd have to look up the weight, but it feels 12-ish the way it sits, maybe 13. Wouldn't you say 13, 14 the way it sits?
With a scope on it?
No, right as it sits, weight. You think? I think 12-ish. Feels 12-ish. I could put a scale on it, but it feels 12-ish.
We gotta weigh it now.
Yeah. Now I'll have to weigh it.
Maybe it says something.
Oh yeah, there might be marketing material in there. So there's that thing. See what it says. Their propaganda. See what their propaganda says.
All that's here.
There you go. There should be specs. Do they have any weights?
Let me just look for weight.
Oh, they even have a piece that goes in the front.
Bolt, initial cleaning, shoot a bunch, load your magazines, function check, extraction, unloading.
See, this is where I want these guys to put weaponized math in these books. So you can dope the rifle or have a card with weaponized math in it. I think these companies should probably make it and then give it to them. Say, here's this thing, put weaponized math in. But yeah, look at it. It's got adjustability for height adjustment for the magazine. So you can adjust the that. But yeah, does it have a spec page? There's got to be a spec page that says the weights and shit. It's probably on that page that shows the dimensions. It was here, wasn't it? That one. It's got to be around here somewhere.
They expect us to have eyes that work.
Let me see. I got my glasses on. Ambi bags, fixed stock, bolt stop, magwell length, spigot mount.
We're just gonna have to weigh it.
Yeah, we'll weigh it. They didn't put specs in there. Oh, there's schematics. Maybe it'll be in the schematic. Yeah, you got magazine height adjustments. It doesn't show the back adjusting.
Shooting lead says 11.08 on the 22-inch. Well, I said 10, you said 12. So
yeah.
That's right in the middle.
Yeah. So we're right there. Lubrication. Ooh, got a double ejection port or double spring ejector there. Look at that. Double ejector. It's pretty cool, man. It's got pins. What else it got? Cleaning and maintenance.
Whatever. We'll go shoot it.
Yeah, we'll shoot it and figure it out. You guys have to look it up.
We'll post it.
Arrow's a solid company. Yeah, they totally are. I mean, they did a great job with this guy coming out of the gate. Totally psyched to shoot it. It looks great. So that's kind of where we're at. Boom, 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 fire and safe. Yeah, there's got to be some more parts in there, some spigots, mounts, and some things. Because right here it has a spigot mount that goes forward, and then you put a spigot to it. So, boom, boom, boom.
Sick. We got to jump into like Q&A, but with this crowd, Q&A could get...
Yeah. You guys got anything? We could do Q&A with you guys. We're how long we been in? Oh, we're right at the hour, so that's pretty good. We did a nice solid hour with you dudes.
Right.
I think this came out great. This was a nice little live with everybody. Looks good, sounds good. We got the sound working right.
Yeah. But Monday and Wednesday, hopefully, we'll be able to continue the footage, and hopefully, we'll get that thing shooting. And
for sure. Oh, that'd be easy.
Things.
That'd be easy.
I'm gonna bring out a carbine. And I want to do just a comparison of 223 and the AI, and maybe shoot that.
I even got the Valk JP downstairs too.
Oh, nice! God damn, that rifle's so good.
Yeah, right. JP's rock. Wait, but I need to know if the action is Well, they show it all apart. I mean, the action's part of it, but yeah, I mean, the action's pretty badass. It's kind of like half Tika and half AI. It's just slim enough that it's kind of modeled after a Tika, so it's sort of like doesn't have the girth. It doesn't have the girth of the AI. It has more of the slim fit of the Tika. So yes, the APAC chassis. That's what I have on my totally. I'm an APAC chassis guy myself. We both are JP people. So yeah, Casey's a JP guy too. Yeah, so we like those chassis and shit. But yeah, I mean, this thing's a hell of a first entry into bolt guns for Aero. Totally digging on it.
The muzzle here, it's 2-dimensional, but it was clearly behind me. He was talking safety third kind of.
Oh,
as he points the muzzle up, but I had my eyes on it. It was yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not worried, but
Yeah, I didn't muzzle him.
No.
No, we're pretty good with that way. I didn't safety third him. It's just the camera angles. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we didn't safety third him.
No. Come on. Well, only if Baron was here would we.
Yeah, Steve's the only one we muzzle.
He's 70.
Yeah, he's already done.
Putting him out on the iceberg.
Yeah. Float him out. Give that. I got the patch. It's downstairs.
Yeah, I got one on my pack too.
Yeah, we got the patches.
Love it.
Yeah, it was just an optical illusion. We only flagged Steve. What else? You guys got any questions? And then we're going to wrap this up. He's got to go do kids' things. I got to go clean up and get ready. He's like, I'm still here.
Dumb luck.
We knew he was. We know you ain't going anywhere, Steve. You're a retired guy. You're just hanging out, right? Mint juleps and...
We haven't had any signal issues.
No.
Continuous chat. We inserted the footage. Like, things are getting really good.
We got this thing humming now. I'm thinking as far as like this live stream and all this, all we have to do is the leopard. Yeah, the whoopie's in the other room. I'll go get the whoopie for you guys. I took it out because you were making fun of it. So I just pulled it out like right before Chris came. But no, I think we got this live wired, man. This was like seamless. This picture looks great. This camera does a good job.
Yeah.
The sound is good with our individual mics.
Yeah.
So yes, we are missing the the Cayman. Wait, if I can listen, here's this, guys. It's a 718, it's not a 911 there case, but Laura, hang on. This we got it. Yeah. How about that? That sounds tough. So, yeah, I took it out. I went to Mile High to pick up the Solus with it. So I had the 718 out. I hopped in on the highway because we have the loop highway that goes to Mile High, so it's hardly any traffic. So I got it up to 120, but there was a little traffic. So I did 120 to Mile High. And then yeah, I'm going to get these guys hooked up so there are other channels. So then I go there, and the box for the Solus took up the whole passenger seat because there's like no room in there, you know. So I had this rifle in the passenger seat. So I was driving the GT4. So yeah, I went to Mile High, and I picked up and then the funny thing, so I'm in Mile High, and I get a text from Adam. So, like, all of a sudden, like, I'm in the building, and Adam texts me, and I was taking a picture of my car, and he took a picture of me taking a picture of me with the car. So, yeah, there I was out front of Mile High with the Cayman, and
that's
Adam.
good security protocol on their part, though. They're watching.
Yeah, they were watching. So Adam saw me pull up, and then he was able to take a picture of me taking a picture of the Cayman. But yeah, so I was there doing that.
Next time I'll go and get a picture of him taking a picture of you.
And then you guys may not be able, but this is the badass part. So like, I don't know how close that'll be, but maybe you could see it.
Just gotta focus it.
Oh, it won't focus, huh?
There's a lot of badass parts.
Can you see that? My license plate is Scout Sniper. So that's
I like the seatbelts.
Yeah, the yellow seatbelts. Those are cool. Yeah, so you can't really see, but she got a nice fat ass. So I like her fat ass. But I was out playing with her. But yeah, so I was trying to. So I send pictures of this speedometer to my buddy, but I screwed up. So I got the speedometer at 91, but I wanted this radio station because it was I Can't Drive 55. But I must have moved in the way the shadow went. It covered. You could see it says Ozzy's Boneyard and Sammy Hagar, but you can't see the song.
Oh, dang.
So I was bummed because I was going to send this to my buddy because him and I swap speedometer pictures when we break the law. We just like, hey, look what I did. And he goes, hey, look what I did. And so, yeah, we were trying to do this I Can't Drive 55, and then I was doing 90, and I took a picture, but it covered up the I Can't Drive 55 part.
Dang.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know if I look like a Colorado yuppie because I kind of dress like this. I dress like this. So am I really a yuppie in the car when I get out and I look just like this? I don't go like I'm wearing this hat, but another color maybe. And like when I went to Mile High, I was still wearing the Star Wars T-shirt that I had on. So I don't know if I was like.
And he had a rifle in the passenger seat.
And I had a rifle in the passenger seat of a GT4. So yeah, that's kind of cool.
One of those traffic cameras that like get you speeding.
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
And they show you like, there's a gun right next to you.
Yeah. Right? Total gun action. But yeah, it's nice because in the cool thing is the exhaust has the push button. So I have a remote control for the exhaust. So I can either turn the exhaust loud, like get a ticket loud, or I can turn it down to not get a ticket. So I have a fob for my exhaust, so I can turn it on or turn it off. So that's pretty funny. Yeah, but the plan is to get guys channels. So like when I'm not here, if I'm out on the road, you can have a Jacob live, you can have a CR2 live, you can have a Riflecraft live, and they don't need me. So that's the next step, is now that all these things are good, is to make these guys manager of the page, and then they can go and do their own lives whenever they want. So that's what we're looking to do. Cool. Any other questions?
This was good.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what me and my buddy, he is like, mostly he drives the American cars, and he has like the Camaro, the racing Camaro. He had like a pace car from Thompson Speedway in Connecticut. And so the Chevys have the big dash, and like the Hellcats, because he had a Hellcat, they overlay all the stuff on the dash. So you can basically pull, because even like Thunder Beast, those guys have a Hellcat. And you can tab into like your things, and then it'll take pictures of your stats while you're going. Like mine, I just have the chronograph on my speedometer. Like what's usually the clock on the Porsche, for like in my Macan, it's a clock. In the GT4, it's a chronograph timer for a quarter mile. So it's really fast. So basically, I have that, but like the Chevy has the telemetry. Yeah, the word's telemetry. That's what I'm looking for. Chevy has the telemetry on the dash. The Dodge has the telemetry on the dash. I don't have the telemetry on the dash. So I take pictures.
We need a new private group on the Hide for
the Porsche guys.
Speeding tickets.
Oh, speeding tickets? Yeah.
Tickets, traffic cameras.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. But yeah, so I was out taking pictures and shit and doing it, and it's pretty badass. I go blitzing.
Then we got to start making lists of topics and questions for kind of a rapid fire Q&A. That would be
well, yeah. I mean, we can even do that ahead of time. Like if I post in that thread, hey, we're gonna go live on Friday. You know, you guys can put questions in there. Hey, we want to know A, B, and C, and we can address that stuff ahead of time.
We can have whiteboards.
Yeah, we can even do I do have the whiteboard.
Like who's drawing and who's talking, and try to answer all the things we can in a short period of time. Then we can keep score too. We can have our score sheet of who. Make it like a game show.
Yeah, totally. We can totally do a game. I can do prizes too. I got swag and stuff and mugs and cups and different things I can send you as a prize. It actually has Q&A. Like we can go into Q&A and polls and shout outs and chats and stuff. So we can do that. Yeah, I actually have I have the GPS, the speedometer GPS app on my phone that tracks when you drive, because both Porsches, the speedometer's off 2 miles an hour. I'm 2 miles an hour faster in the car than I am in reality. So I've done that. I have the telemetry. My mom. That's my mom. I've done the telemetry from the apps. They have a GPS speeding app, and I've followed that just to see where my speedometer actually is, and I know I'm 2 miles an hour. That's why I got pulled over. My speedometer was set to 83, so that means I was going 81. So we were out going by Fort Morgan, and just at the Shell gas station by Fort Morgan there, I got pulled over. Cop come behind me, and I'm in the right lane, cruise control, 83 on the car, 81 actual, and he pulls me over. And it's 75 mile an hour speed limit. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm pissed. So as soon as he comes to the car, I go, you must be fucking bored. And he goes, what are you talking about? I said, what'd you get me doing, 81? And he goes, yeah, 81, 82, right in there. And I go, holy fuck, 6 miles an hour over the speed limit and you pull me over? Whoa, speed limit's 75. Really? Out here? Really? So I chewed his ass. He goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. He goes, I was in the Marine Corps too. I go, yeah? Where does it say that on your fucking car? Because I fucking hate it. Yeah.
I get pissed and be like, yeah, if you waited 2 minutes, I'd be doing 90.
Let me answer. My mom's.
Should we kill this?
Hey, Ma.
What?
I got to call you back. I'm in a live.
Okay.
All right.
Hi to everybody.
Say hi to everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. See, I even answer my mom because I'm a good kid. Yeah, there's some patches out there. I didn't get but no, I have everyday sniper patches. I have a lot of those. I haven't redone the sniper's hide patch because I wanted to redo it. So I needed a new PVC sniper's hide design, but I do have everyday sniper patches in PVC, the white Star Wars and then the green. So I have those. Yeah, my mom, she's been calling me in the afternoon. Normally she used to do it in the morning, but she lost her text messages. And my mom had the stroke, so she has aphasia, so I have to answer her, you know what I mean? So she's down in Florida. So I make sure I talk to my mom every day because she had the stroke, and then she has the aphasia. But she screwed her phone up because we used to text every morning, like good morning, and I made her call me Lord Frank because I got that lordship from Laura's mom on the wall. So I made my mom text me, good morning, Lord Frank. And so she was texting me like lordship, but then because she's not all there in her brain and everything with the stroke stuff, she lost her message app. She can't find it on her phone now. So it's gone. So she can't text anymore. So she only can call.
You need to set up like Siri or Alexa or something. Just say, Alexa, text Frank.
Yes, yeah. So she doesn't know, but she messes words up. Like if she looks, she goes, "Oh, what a beautiful green sky today," and you go, "No, that's blue." Yeah, he said green. And it's like, okay, so, that's from the stroke stuff. But yeah, I answer mom's call. But I was gonna get her back, but she's got company down there, and she's getting ready to go to
Wonder if you could take your poker chips and turn those into a patch kind of thing.
Oh, absolutely. We could do stuff with the poker chip.
I think those are cool.
Hey, MDT's on. I'm texting him right now, like on Twitter. MDT just posted, so I'm going to tell him to do the triple pull walker.
Yeah. If anything, April 1st. It's a new product, but I bet we can get them to do their little lab where they do all the testing stuff. Like, what's more stable, a tripod or a walker? That'd be fucking awesome. I have one of those really right stuff clamps that clamps on things, and for some things it works really good, but the amount of wobble you get is not like a tripod, depending on what you've clipped it to. But that's pretty fun too, to have something that just clamps on and offers a little bit more stability.
Yep, I'm texting him now.
Triple pull walker, or we could just have Sky. We could message Sky and see what he has to produce from. Is it? I thought it was odd balls, but it's old balls. But is it old balls, odd balls, whatever?
There we go.
Those little ear clips are pretty cool. Do you have those?
I just text MDT, so I just told them we want a triple pull. Or I Twittered them. They're on Twitter with something. And I just said to him, here's what I wrote. I said, hey, we were just live on Sniper's Hide, and the guys want you to make a triple pull walker for the OG shooters. Walkers are stable. We just need a triple pull for chest height and lower, and then an RSS anvil plus a game changer. So we'll see how they take that.
Then you could have like a custom pack for it. And
what's the snowman? I don't know what the snowman is. My son wants the snowman. What's the snowman?
I just got 1,000 rounds of burger 73 grain delivered.
Oh, nice.
So I went to the house, not to, but
what the hell is that kind
so
of porn?
I'll be able to shoot.
How do they post that on How'd they get away with that? I was like, oh shit.
Chaser with salt.
Mm-hmm. She's saying it made hers burn. Come on, we're just finishing up our live. We're laughing about triple pull walkers and
things are
flip abominable snowman. She wants the flips. Yeah, we got flips. We got a whole bunch of them. So
the flipperoo.
Yeah, the flip coins. We got some flip coins. We'll have to get a stack of them and do the flip coins. But yeah. So we're just talking. We were saying that Barron's in here, Steve, and so he uses a walker. And we're saying MDT needs to make a triple pull walker so that they can do the heights, and then we could put a game changer on the on that. And then we can either have a game changer or like a really right stuff anvil with a mount, and you can shoot off your walker. And so now MDT showed up, and I text them that, hey, we want a triple pull walker action.
Nice.
Yeah. So that'll be going on.
Carbon fiber.
Mm-hmm. Carbon fiber. Oh, even better. Carbon fiber. Yeah, but we had a nice little live. Been on for an hour and 20 minutes there.
I don't know if it's on.
We know what you meant. I know what you meant.
On it? The Sniper's Hide Flipperino. Can you see it? Is it focused?
Yeah, it's probably not. You probably have to be over here to focus. Like CRISPR focus is here because I focused this out here. But yeah, so we have these. These were from SHOT Show. This is a Flipperino, one Flipperino.
Yeah, and they can't see it from here.
Yeah. Well, but see, it blurs there because it. So one Flipperino, and it's got the snowman and then the Sniper's Hide logo. So you have the snowman image, and it says one Flipperino, and then Sniper's Hide. It says Sniper's Hide legal tender, in low light we trust. So you got in low light we trust and Flipperino. So there you go. But yeah, I have a bunch of these. I can send you, Doc. PM me an address, and I'll drop some of these in an envelope and send them to you. I'll get you like 3 or 4 of them. Because we have them. We don't know what to do with them.
I have them all.
Yeah, there's a shitload of them. We're just like, what do we do with these things? Got to go and shoot one or something.
Do the challenge. Put it out at like 600 yards.
Yeah. Oh, the 600-yard flipper challenge. That'd be a nice one. We'll have to do like a little, like a dab of glue with a string and then hang it.
Or we could put it on paper backer.
Yeah, and glue it in the center so the paper. Yeah. You'd probably need a paper backer to see it.
Yeah, we could draw like, Stadia. Mm-hmm. So that you're like, I can't see it, but I know where it is.
Yeah, totally. That would be pretty cool.
There you go. Give them the top shot at each class.
Right. A Flipperino. Do the coffee cup. I'll do the Yeti cup, and I'll put a Flipperino in it.
I have a stack at home, and the kids have been doing that.
Oh,
the
yeah,
elbow
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I used to be able to do it. I got it. There we go.
They're like, Dad, can you do this?
Yeah.
All right, you boys have fun.
All righty.
Yeah, we
Thanks
gotta
for
kill this,
stopping
and
by and saying hi.
Hello.
You look pretty
Hello.
hot today.
I do.
I know, you're looking good. I like those pants.
You gonna throw it? Oh, you're throwing it.
All right, I got 10 minutes.
All right, 10 minutes, guys, and then we're going to head off. So throw us with your last 10-minute questions, and then we're going to sign off. And I got to get this guy. But, yep, so we're ready to roll, and then we'll be out of here. But, no, this was a great little live. Like I said, we got a schedule. We got a plan. Everything's working the way we want now. Sound is good. We know we can do that. We know we can go mobile with this if we get a halfway decent signal. It took a minute for the computer to kind of catch up to the signal. But at the end of the one at the range, it actually cleaned up pretty good. In the beginning, it was a little scattery. But yeah, hit us up. Let us know. Looking good. We enjoy it. Make videos. Talk about it. Make a video. Talk about it. And tell your friends to follow. The more people we can get to follow, because you can't follow it, the more we'll know when we're going live. You know what I mean? The more people will be aware. So that way they know, because the app makes sure they're connected in the app, and we get them all going like that. But it's looking pretty good, and I'm pretty psyched with how everything's working right now. So there you go. Cool. All right, guys.
Excellent. Well, Monday I'll have the 308 put together, and then I'll have the gas gun, because I got this ammo that was just delivered.
Yeah, I got Garrett's 308 to shoot too. We're going to be bringing back some 308 stuff. Garrett just put together a 308, and I'll get to you in a sec, Case. A 308 for me on the Surgeons. I did that Surgeon build. I got paid off in some Surgeon actions. So Garrett put a Surgeon build together for me in 308. Badass rifle from, was he Follow Through Precision? And Garrett over at Follow Through Precision, man, he does a hell of a stick. And I dig his engraving on the barrels, his writing. Your rifle's that way too, with a real deep, aggressive thing. It looks really good.
Yeah, he gives a lot of attention.
That should stop. The signing in and authorizing, it should connect at some point, because I don't have to sign in and authorize anymore. But we did do like 3 updates in a row to fix it. So every time it updates, it does make you sign in. And we just did have a series of updates to correct some of the problems I saw with those other lives. So what was happening when I was testing those other lives, I was going back to them and saying, hey, I'm seeing this, hey, I'm seeing that. And if you notice, there was a couple updates that happened. And when the update happens, it knocks you out. You have to sign in. But once you're signed in now, you shouldn't have to sign in anymore. But as far as the wind meters go, I've been using my little Calypso. The weather just broke for us for the big meters here. But these are badass. We haven't started working with these as much yet, but I have been working with the little meter. So I've been working with the Calypso versus this, and he just did update the software. So the software has been improved twice now for the Wind Zero meters. But our weather just changed, so now we'll be using these. We just got out this week. Monday was like our first day out, because we've been having rain and snow and a lot of wind. So we haven't been out using these, but I have been using my little Calypso meter, and I love it. I think it's great. I set it out on a monopod with the tripod on the bottom. They have those feet tripods on a monopod. I just stake it out. I put my phone there and just let it go, and then I monitor it. I really like the Calypso meters. And these now, with the new software and everything, we're going to start moving in, because like I said, we just started shooting Monday again. The weather's just been that shit where we weren't even bothered to put stuff out, because we had snow on the ground and mud. And so we were just going out and doing little things, where now it's like, cool.
that'll be a cool part of the videos too, just to have the app and directions.
God, I really like this look.
Yeah.
I think it looks fucking fantastic.
Right.
So
Like that fucking camera is good.
yeah, that little guy is a great little cinematic camera. And they update it and keep track of it, and it does a nice job with the computer. And I think because it's powered, it does a better job with these lives versus my cameras that are connected to the computers, the webcams. I think those screw up. All right, guys, we're out. We're going to sign out. Chris got to go.